Is this a workshop?
Yes, this is a workshop.
The red button?
I pulled an error.
Is it recorded?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully we recorded that. Time being, good evening, good afternoon. The time being 5:38 p.m. I'd like to call to order the Tilton Northfield Fire Commissioners Budget Workshop of October 12th to order. Present are the three commissioners, Chief Setar and Administrative Assistant Catherine Tolan. That's your official title. So,
You want to change it?
no, I'm just making sure I got it right.
I can change it. Anyways, I was in communication with Attorney Fitzgerald today. He sent me a letter for you guys to approve, for him to send to their attorney. Basically, it lays out what we agree upon, what we don't agree upon, and that the commissioners still want to meet with the water commissioners to hammer out an agreement. The paperwork to file for a special district meeting should be done by the end of the week. And the motion to dismiss proposed by the water district will be heard on Thursday at 2:15. Anybody can listen to it, but if they're listening to it, they must make sure that their devices are on mute. I believe only the attorneys are going to be allowed to speak at this motion to dismiss. And that's pretty much it. So we'll find out after Thursday what the ruling on the motion to dismiss by the water district will be. I don't personally see how it can pass. I think it will fail personally, but we'll have to wait and see. And then hopefully the water district commissioners will agree to sit down with the fire commissioners before the special district meeting is held, so that maybe we have something more substantive to bring to the district rather than whatever you decide to bring there. There will also need to be, when we do get the date, we still will have to have a public hearing before the thing, because there will be a warrant article for that special district meeting, which will be your warrant article. Is there any questions?
Just curious what that noise is at.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not parked out there.
My
so-
pager hasn't gone off yet, so.
No, not yet.
Other than that, we can move forward on to the budget.
All right.
Page 3 is where the highlights start.
All right.
The first one is elections, and they just go down from there. The health insurance and group life insurance information is correct. We got those figures in.
Okay.
So these are the actual.
Those are the actuals.
All right. So the elections, we can't really do that yet because we don't know if we're,
If it's going to be this year or next.
yeah, so we can't do that. Legal expense? Is that enough?
Probably not.
Probably not. Is it gonna be, is there gonna be another court proceeding after this, do we know?
There may, depends what,
Or should we hold off on legal just so?
Well, this is next year's legal.
this is next year's legal, not this year's. We've already blown that.
Well, I think I know, but
I shouldn't say it that way. We've expended that already. There may be mediation involved, depending upon what the judge says.
Yeah, we might want to hold on that one, at least for the,
well, I'm just worried, okay, if the judge doesn't dismiss, then that may change the tune of the water department. And now we're halfway through October, so how do you think it's gonna happen?
Yeah, so I
Well, your next meeting after this is on the 26th.
Well, we don't meet next week.
yep.
No, John's on vacation next week, and the week after that, the chief is on vacation. you agreed to meet to work on stuff that he had done.
Yep, so, vacation's canceled.
Go for it.
Sure. All right. So we'll move on to group health insurance, which showed a 8.1% decrease. So look at lines 210 and 210.1 insurance. Oh, sorry, line 210 group health insurance, line 210.1 insurance opt out. Should be separate or do it as one.
Both the entire number.
That's kind of where it's leaning. But it's a fixed cost, there's nothing we can really, we can't make it 200,000 because it won't,
No.
then we have to come up with $31,000 to pay the bill. Projected bill. But this year, we're under budget
So far,
so far. That's true, that's through September.
yes.
First, need a motion to discuss it.
Sorry, gotta refresh my memory, John, sorry. But I'll make a motion that we approve lines 210 and 210.1 for $308,818. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion is second. Now we can discuss it.
Group health insurance, so that's for, how many people altogether? 16?
There's 19 full-time employees.
19? Okay, because the other one is part-time.
Right,
Okay. So that's for 19 people total.
yes.
And then the insurance opt-out, that's if we were to, everyone, how does that work? What is that for?
The insurance opt-out is for those who have insurance through their spouse, or their parents, depending upon their age.
Sure.
We give them the district's cost of the single plan to opt out, whether they have a family plan, whether they qualify for a family plan, a two-person plan, or a single plan.
How many people get on that?
All right, hold.
8.
Of the 19?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
So 8 of 19. So, while she looked that up, the 231 is the remaining 11 people?
Plus a contingency for a half family
Half a year
plan, half a year
plan.
family plan, just in case.
Okay. So, this is a could be up to, but not
Right,
expected to use the 300,000.
right,
They're expected to use a portion thereof at max,
right.
because they wouldn't be getting both. A person, you'd have 8 and 11 or whatever.
Right, that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we just never know.
Right.
No, we don't.
Why has it gone down this year?
Ask the insurance company that question.
Well, don't complain, it went down, nothing goes down. Nothing goes down.
After they did their figures, they discovered that they didn't need to charge as much this year, so they reduced it 8%.
So I went to the public hearing on how they arrived at their numbers, and there's a whole big formula that they go through to get to what the rates are going to be. And it also includes what they need to have in reserve and things like that. And,
The actuaries
yeah,
lay it all out.
so these are number people that don't talk, people talk. So it was a little arid, I'd say, arid, yeah. But then in the end, they said it was an 8.1 decrease.
Not complaining, it went down.
Yeah.
Did it go down last year? I don't remember.
No, it went up last year.
We had too much money last year, so they give some back, I guess.
They have a formula, and put that number, and okay, divide that by,
Trust me, they don't lose money.
you know.
All right.
No, they don't lose money.
Not at all.
That's the only place you never lose money, the insurance company.
So, just for looking at the actuals, the 197 is for 9 months,
Yes,
theoretically.
yes.
So, and the 57 is for 9 months.
Correct.
So if, at the end of the year, theoretically, those are gonna be pretty close to that 241 and 82.
Theoretically,
Okay. And once again, that is with 11 and 8.
correct.
So reality, the overall insurance consumption is expected to be about 308 plus or minus, depending on which way someone may adjust their
Right.
plan. I just want to make sure that like you said, it's actuals of what people are using. It's not that we're setting a pot to go 19 people full-time.
No, we're not. This is,
No.
I take, when I get the rates, I sit down and I have a bar chart and I say, okay, this many people are doing this at this point in time, this many people, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what percentage do they pay?
12%.
And when Chief went and got other places, you know, the rates on the amount of money and everything, all the benefits everybody else got, did you check on any other towns to see what they paid?
Franklin pays 100. Guilford pays, I didn't get their percentage, but the number that they're paying was higher, was lower than that number. Let's see, Plymouth was paying a higher number, Bristol was paying a higher number, and Laconia was paying a higher number. But I don't know what I didn't ask percentages, because when you asked me to get these figures, you said, get the number, the dollar number that the town contributes, not the percentage. So that's what I did.
I think Plymouth might be 10%, might be.
That's what the employee pays too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be,
Okay.
because I know that their insurance is the same as ours,
Company, you mean, or the cost?
the company,
Okay. And so, most likely the cost is
yes,
in the ballpark.
yes.
You have nothing else?
Yeah.
Paul, do you have anything?
No.
Hearing no other discussion. All those in favor of the motion to approve lines 210 and 210.1 for a total of $308,818, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to session 215, group life insurance, which will cover lines 215.01, short-term disability, 25% decrease. Is that for all of that insurance or just that one?
Just that one.
Okay, so line 215.01, short-term disability, which has a 25% decrease for a total of $2,864. Line 215.02, group line of duty, $1,642. Line 215.03, New Hampshire State Fireman's Insurance, $1,400. Line 215.04, life insurance, $2,849. Line 215.05, long-term disability, $2,850, for a total of group life insurance of $14,605. Motion and second. Any discussion?
Yeah, on a short-term disability and group line of duty, what's that? I guess I'm a little confused. They collect short-term, say somebody got hurt,
Right.
okay, they collect short-term disability.
Short-term disability applies only if they get hurt off-duty.
Off.
If they're hurt on duty, they get workers' comp.
Now, what's this, okay, group life,
Group line of duty,
yeah,
that is an insurance if for some reason they get hurt on duty or, God forbid, killed, they get a little bit of money from us. I think the policy's like $5,000 for life insurance. I know it's not much.
okay, let's go to the next one. New Hampshire State Fire Insurance.
The New Hampshire State Firemen's Insurance, that is through the state of New Hampshire, the Firemen's Association, and it's $28 per person per year.
And what's that paying now?
It's pretty much the same thing as the group line of duty,
So why do we need all three of them?
because they're all three different.
And I understand that, but you're gonna collect all three, plus you're gonna collect disability. I mean, workman's comp.
No, they can't collect workman's comp and short-term disability. They can only do that on group line of duty in New Hampshire State Firemen's Association.
Short-term disability is if they're,
If they're
If they
hurt
got hurt at home,
off-duty.
off-duty.
if they're at home working
Right.
and they fall off the couch and they hurt themselves.
Right.
Now,
If-
I guess I don't understand why we pay something like, I mean, I understand, I mean, one of them guys go out and start cutting trees down and he gets hurt. And here we are, you know, he's putting himself in jeopardy and we're gonna end up paying for it.
So,
Not workers' comp though.
Huh?
Not workers' comp.
No.
Just a short-term.
Short-term disability, but we are paying for that service that he went out there and hurt himself when he shouldn't have been. All I'm saying is, you go out there, what if he races cars or goes up the mountain on a mountain bike, gets hurt? He can collect that insurance.
I collected it when I had my knees replaced.
Yeah, but you didn't put yourself at risk every day.
There's no difference.
If they go, all I'm saying is if he went out on a mountain bike and went up and down the hill there and got hurt, I mean, it's obvious he's gonna get hurt. We're gonna pay him short-term disability.
not everybody goes on a mountain bike gets hurt.
But it's just, that's just one example. I mean, theoretically, saying someone could be walking out to their house and
And I understand
mowing and
slipping,
step
yeah,
off of
and I understand
that
that.
level and
Yeah, I could be walking across the road and get hit
It's
by
like-
a
It's
car.
like an Aflac.
And I understand that. But all I'm saying is, why should we pay for it? Why can't they pay for it? I have a short-term disability where I work, but I pay for it. It comes out of my check. If I get hurt,
So, was it the short-term disability that the employees pay?
No, that's the long-term
long-term
disability.
disability?
You guys reversed it because long-term disability, we're not supposed to be collecting 50% on. That's supposed to be 100% paid by the district,
per state or per their agreement?
per the insurance company agreement.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a lot of money, but there again, like I said, we're paying for all these insurances that,
Each one covers a little different.
and I understand what they cover, because I asked that.
We pay for the same as every other community around us, and we don't pay for dental, which some communities do.
Right.
No, I see where you're coming from, but it's every business or opportunities out there. I mean, my insurance personally, it covers everything. No matter what, it just, because mine's through the military, so it's 100%. That short-term, long-term, whatever I do is covered.
And I understand that, yeah. But there are
I
a
have a
lot,
deductible.
you're fairly lucky, you work for the government. I
Right.
don't work for the government.
Right.
And I don't work for the town, I don't work for the
Mhm.
government.
Right.
And so I have to pay for some of that myself.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people out there that do that.
No, and I respect that, and
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from on that, absolutely. It's,
I mean, I understand we pay for health insurance, we pay for, disability, long-term disability and everything, but, I mean, there's quite a few, there's this insurance in here, the small one here, the line of duty, not the line of duty, what did I say?
State Fireman's
Oh,
Insurance.
yeah, that one there, I mean, if it's like Aflax, I mean,
It's not the same size.
It's not the
That's-
same.
This one, that one's in particular, if you are disabled, permanently
Mm-hmm.
disabled, or killed in the line of duty.
Right,
It doesn't cover anything else.
that's it,
So that one is permanent disabled or temporary?
permanent.
Permanent
Okay, so-
disability.
So that one is a permanent category?
Yes,
Okay, so the short term is off duty.
right.
Okay. The group line of duty, how does that come into play? That's line of duty like workman's comp or supplemental, or how's that? I think seeing the different categories kind of help understand this a little bit better, like you said. Because, so the state fireman's insurance, that's catastrophic. So that's a different part of money, a different category, whether you're eligible. You may not be able to get all of them. You
Right.
might fall into one or two. So that helps a little bit better understanding. So how would the group line of duty be implemented?
I believe it's also a 3-year agreement with the line of duty. Sorry. You're driving Beth crazy, Paul.
huh?
You're driving Beth crazy.
You're clicking.
Let me ask you another question, the short-term disability.
Yes,
Let's say, for instance, I'll use myself as a firefighter, okay? And I have a second job. So I go on my second job
yeah,
and I get hurt.
yeah.
So I collect workman's comp,
You cannot collect workers' comp and short-term disability.
okay?
Workman's comp from another company and short term from us?
Nope,
Okay,
Okay,
just,
okay,
yeah.
that's good to know.
Life insurance is with death only?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so that one's death only. And then long-term disability, while you're still looking that up,
Long-term disability is over 26 weeks.
on the job or off the job, or it
Off
doesn't
the
matter?
job.
Off the job.
Okay, so you would get the short-term
Up
And-
to,
26 weeks,
and then the long-term kicks
and
in.
then the long-term would kick in, but short-term would no longer kick in. at
That's
that point.
correct.
Okay. So the different categories are, all right, that helps just a little bit better understanding of how it.
And how long would the long-term disability, I mean, till,
It depends on the age. I don't, that's a different location, hold on.
if you're collecting workman's comp, I mean, workman's comp, you can't collect that.
That's correct. You cannot collect any of these when you're collecting workers' comp unless it's the life insurance. You have to die in order to do that.
That's why I'm a little confused, because if you get hurt, you're gonna collect workman's comp. So you can't collect these.
Right,
Why would you have them then?
because if you get hurt off the job,
So it's only good for off the job. So we're paying for the insurance, okay. So it's only off the job,
off the job.
okay.
And does workman's comp for them cover 100% of the pay?
No,
It's a.
66 and 2/3,
Okay.
say just 66% actually.
66.6.
66%.
That's what workman's comp pays for? Oh, I thought it was more.
That's what that's.
No,
that's-
it's not 100%.
No, I knew it weren't 100%, but I thought it was more like 70-something percent.
2/3. Sorry, 66%.
Guess I better go to work, but I'm sick of it.
Or if you're sick, fall underneath the
I mean,
forklift or
if
something.
I'm disabled or something.
Get run over by the forklift.
Okay, the long-term disability.
Oh,
Are you here for planning board?
yeah, I believe so,
Yeah,
yes.
if you go down that hallway to all the way to the end and go up the stairs.
All right, sorry, I didn't
No,
mean
you're
to
good.
interrupt.
If you're 59 or younger, they pay to age 65. If you're 69 and over, they give you a year. So
Could you repeat that again?
if you're 59 or younger, they pay to, until you're age 65. At 60, they pay 5 years, 61
Or this is for.
for long term. Yeah,
So if let's just say I lose a leg now, I'm 50,
mhm,
they would pay a percentage of my salary until I'm 65.
mhm.
But if I'm 59, if I'm Paul's
They
age,
still pay until you're 65, but
I
if you're
can't collect.
if you're 65, they will pay for 2 years.
really?
Yep.
Wow. I'd better off chopping my leg off now.
Don't.
I don't think you'd like it very much.
Well, no, but I'm just
But
saying.
they only pay 60%, long-term is only 60% of your salary, up to $60,000.
60% per year,
Yes.
Yes.
not total benefits, 60,000.
No,
not every year.
it's per year.
The monthly benefit is 60%.
Could have done unemployment last year, should have
But if you fall through a ceiling or a roof or something like that, and you get significantly,
Yeah, it's,
your career's over.
no, I get that, no, trust me, I get that, I don't want that, but it's just weird that, okay, under 59, they're gonna cover you to 65, and at 65,
Because Medicaid or
You're
Medicare,
Yeah.
whichever way it is, kicks in at that
Disability
point.
kicks in.
you're
Yeah.
SOL.
Or they will cover you until you get
Social Security.
Social Security disability.
Yeah,
But once you
Until it
get
goes
that,
broke,
it's
and then
done.
you got nothing.
that's just interesting.
And the group line duty.
I'm still looking. It's not where it's supposed to be. You know how that goes.
And once again, all this is based on 19 full-time employees.
That is correct. Oh, I know where it is. Sorry. Right church, wrong pew.
Screw that.
Okay, the group line of duty provides you accident, health, group life, accidental death and dismemberment.
So it's in addition to long-term, short, the combination of short, long-term, it's a parallel?
Yes, but there's,
Can you collect the disabilities and the group line of duty parallel at the same time?
I think you can on this because it's such a small amount.
They get them
But it's,
a percentage or anything, what?
let's say, dismemberment is up to $10,000. That's loss of sight, speech, hearing, plus whatever else. If you die, they pay $10,000.
And that's how group line of duty?
Yes. Bereavement is $1,000. It pays up to an additional 10%. Cosmetic disfigurement from burns is $10,000. A covered illness is $10,000. Oh, weekly disability benefits for up to 2 years is $75 a week.
Do they consider COVID covered illness, do you know?
No.
They chipped in or they did not chip in?
They do not chip in. This is strictly paid by us.
Insurance.
So these are tabs.
And just out of curiosity, and I'm sure the answer is no, but if someone leaves, is there a chance that we could still be covering them for a month or two as someone else is coming on board?
No.
Or when they leave, that if,
When they leave, I have to send a notice in that they left. And then when their replacement comes in, I send a notice in that they're replaced.
okay. But
And that amount of money covers for the year, irregardless.
It's another-
Whether it's for one person or 2 people or 3 people for that same one
We just
position.
change names.
You just change the
change the
name.
name.
All right,
So-
that's
so
what I
it's
just
an
want to make
annual
sure is
policy.
that
Yeah.
it was 19 people were covered at one time.
Yes.
And not for
And
whatever,
it
an
also-
overlap of 22 people or something like that, if there was a change in it.
It also covers the call company, and this is the only coverage they get. The group line of duty and the State Firemen's Association.
Oh, wait,
So which ones they cover?
02 and
Group
03?
line of duty, 02 and 03, New Hampshire State Firemen's Association. That's the only insurance coverage the call company gets. They do not get the long-term, the short-term, or the life.
I'm curious, why wouldn't they get some type of short-term or long-term?
Not through us, they
Well,
don't.
they,
They're
because those are
part-time.
off duty.
Because they're part-time.
If anything, they would get the life insurance
They-
as part of it.
Mhm.
If they were to get one of those 3, because the others are when they're off duty and away from the department, the short and long term. The life is the only one that,
The only life they get is through the group line of duty and the New Hampshire State Firemen's Insurance.
So if they got hurt at a call, they
They're
would
covered under workers' comp.
workers' comp.
Thank you.
They would be, so, let's say,
Now, the only trouble workman's comp, they pay a portion of it.
Right.
So would it be a portion of what they make with the job or what they make?
They
with
said
fire
that we can log in.
that is a good question.
That is an excellent question.
Because
What
if it's what they make off the fire department, there's something wrong.
Well, what happens with workers' comp is they contact all their employers
Yeah.
and work it from there.
So it's part of what the fire department pays and part of what their other, if
The
any
full-time
other
employer pays
jobs.
them.
So if they're making 50,000 altogether,
Right.
doing delivery truck or all this
Yep.
stuff, they
So
get
it's-
60%
They
of that
get
50.
60%, okay.
Okay.
but that, they have to go and do all that research, or they have to provide paychecks to, and there's a lot of work.
No, they don't actually. All they have to do is tell
Them where they work.
where they worked, and then they contact the employers.
See, if someone's injured working for us, we have a certain time frame where we have to notify these
Yes.
folks. And they take it from there.
It's usually 24 or 40 hours.
Depending on
Depends
on the injury.
On the injury.
Could be up to 72 hours on some of them, can
It can be up to 5 days.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
You don't wanna cross the 5 days.
Well, make sure they're okay.
That's why they all know if something happens, call me.
Yeah. That meter starts running.
It does.
So it does cover some of the volunteers.
Yes, it does.
I mean, the short term and the long term, that's part of the career off-duty. Life insurance is, I mean,
It's life insurance.
yeah.
And short term doesn't kick in right away, right?
It
It's,
depends. If it's an accident, it's, it kicks in right away. If it's an illness, it's on day 8.
Okay. Yeah. How much do we pay per person for life insurance? I mean, you get 28, but where it's, oh, so it'd be 28 divided by 19 on that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
So we're talking,
I do.
150 divided by 19. So we pay $150 per person.
Per person per year.
I was to say, as a personal comment, I think that it's unfortunate life insurance isn't covered by, that the call company isn't covered by life insurance. Because if something, oh my God, happens like that, they're significantly, their families are impacted in many ways.
Well, the workers' comp would kick in,
Yes, but still.
and they have this group line of duty and the New Hampshire State Fireman's Insurance.
How much does that pay up to?
10,000, but then I think it's 10%. Of course, I closed it. It's $10,000 plus, there are some other factors that come into play, so it could be,
Longevity factors or stuff?
it depends on how it happens and what happens. It could be up, up to 10% more, which is $1,000.
So $10,000 to $11,000.
Right,
And fireman's insurance, state, do we have a rough idea?
that would be the same thing.
that's the same.
And so it'd be another 10 to 11,000. So if
Yes.
we had a call member go to a bad fire, something goes wrong,
Mhm.
they get 22,000 out of it for their family. And what's life insurance payout as a cap? If you have that.
It takes their annual salary to the next
Okay.
highest 1,000.
Okay.
So,
So that's based on their wages, so
It's based,
that's,
yes.
that one, okay.
yes.
All right. That
So,
answers where I was going with it right off the bat.
yeah.
It's because of the formula to be eligible to cap it out. Okay.
So if they make $5,000 a year, they're gonna get 6, maybe,
Right.
depending upon which side of the 5 they're on.
Yeah.
5,400, you're getting 5, 600, you're
Yeah.
getting 6.
I'm good with those numbers as they are, based on questions. That's just my thoughts. I have no more questions than they were for you.
Paul, anybody more questions?
No?
Hearing no other questions. All those in favor of total group life insurance, section 215, in the amount of $14,605, saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Social Security, Medicare, retirement, unemployment, we can't do that until we do salary.
You can do the unemployment. But, and the next, salaries and wages and,
And we didn't use any.
no, we haven't.
So we'll do line 250, unemployment compensation. That's a fixed amount.
No, that's in case we need it.
Yeah, in case of, We don't pay anything monthly.
We
We
don't-
pay as we go.
We don't pay into this.
We're not self-insured.
We're
we're-
self-
We're
self-insured.
self-insured in that, yes. So this is kind of like a line in case something, in case.
So if I'll move line 250 for unemployment compensation to the floor for discussion, amount of $500. Motion is second, all those in favor say aye.
You have discussion first?
Oh, yeah, well, that was the, oh. Back up.
We knew what you meant.
All right, so let's talk about unemployment compensation.
You all said aye too.
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
All right, so,
so if I work for the fire department
yes,
and you lay me off
yes.
because we cut $100,000 out of the budget, out of the budget, and it's gotta be there, hey, John, and you have, how long do you pay my unemployment for?
However long unemployment allows you to collect.
All right, so
It can be up to 26 weeks or,
so it could be 1,000, let's just say it was 1,000. Well, no, it's $428 is the maximum that you could. So if I made $42,500 because that's the minimum salary to get the maximum amount, and I was unemployed for 26 weeks.
that's a lot of money.
Well, I'll just take my little handy
So is this like an insurance for it?
No.
No.
Or is this
No.
just a
This is-
placeholder of 500?
This is,
Times 26,
yeah,
that's $11,128 that
Correct.
you're gonna have to pay me.
no, we have to pay the state.
Oh, we have to pay the state,
Yeah.
And then they pay,
and they pay.
And they
Well, they're,
they're the median.
so that could be significantly
It could
higher.
be significantly
Okay.
higher.
I just wanted to make sure I understood what I understood.
Right now, it applies with call company members, because if they leave or get laid off from their full-time job,
We have-
they go after all employers,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
so,
I had that
We've
issue.
we've gotten stuck in that
yes.
a few times,
We
where
have.
a call person got laid off or.
You here for planning board?
Yes, sir.
You wanna go back that way? Take a last stairs upstairs, yeah?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And we've had to pay because of that.
Yes.
Yes, 'cause when I had my issue, thank God they determined that it wasn't, you guys weren't on the hook for my unemployment for 2 weeks. And now I'm getting letters stating that because I'm working, I missed my hearing that I had to go to for the orientation for unemployment.
Oh,
That was like 2 weeks ago, I missed it, so now I'm no longer eligible for it.
Yeah.
I know what I'm like, whatever. All right, any other discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. All right. Moving on, we can't do water yet because we haven't settled that issue yet, so we'll skip right over that. Let's go to repairs and maintenance.
Well, is that water the,
It's domestic.
domestic.
that's domestic?
Yep.
All right, we'll do that.
Can we do that? I mean, domestic, well, they
Well,
haven't
unless
approved,
unless
they haven't approved our domestic yet.
Unless they change our rates and things like that. so.
God knows they probably will.
Yeah, so, yeah.
See,
I don't think it would be more than that, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
That can wait a week or two, but everything else.
All right. Lines 430, repairs and maintenance, specifically lines at the vinyl siding
And repairing the fire escape railing.
and
So
repair.
we
So
have one.
I gotta make that, I'll bring that to the floor
Yep.
for discussion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Now we may discuss. Chief Cesar.
Okay, so we have one estimate, and I've been attempting to get another estimate, and one guy said he would go down there that afternoon and look at it, and he never showed up. So I'm still having trouble getting contractors to look at things.
It's really hard right now to get contractors because they're so busy.
What is the, this is for next year,
Yes.
so It's gotta have to ride to the winter anyways, because we
Yep.
can't really do vinyl siding. But,
This is railing, is it?
The railing and the vinyl siding on the rear of the fire station.
oh, I'm sorry,
off.
that got
Okay.
blown off by the, is that gonna make it through the winter?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Isn't there,
What we've done is, some of it's already blown away. So
Right.
what we've done is screwed in the ends, but the vinyl that's there is so old, it's very brittle. So as soon as you touch it, it breaks, it snaps. So if we get a good wind, some more is probably gonna come off. But we have the gasoline shingles underneath it.
The tar.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Asbestos,
Asphalt.
tar, asphalt
Asphalt, yep.
shingles.
Like new or?
No.
Oh, no, this is like Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Stuff
burn
that-
really good. That's why we call gasoline
the only
shingles.
thing with messing around with it, there's asbestos under there. We could be in trouble.
So what we're doing is just covering over it. We're not taking it.
Encapsulating.
And I know, but if you disturb it anyway, you're gonna be, I mean, like the windows and stuff like that, they're, I mean, you can test it, and if you go and disturb it, they're gonna, somebody turn you in, we're in heap of trouble.
The windows,
I know
was
you
lead-
cover it.
It was the lead abatement,
Yeah.
it was lead for the windows.
If you get a really good rainstorm and it blows against the back of that building, the back of the building basically it's just gonna get soaked. The actual,
Inside?
yeah, the actual, the actual,
Inner lining.
Do you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
hold the button?
you have trouble with this every time, Tom.
It's in use.
Coming down. Unless it's coming down, because no one's gone up in a while.
I hear it.
Please keep button pressed
Yes.
till this stops, okay? Good to me.
There you
Here you
go.
go. Good luck.
The light's out here.
Lift light.
You think they'd put a motion in there, so you walk in there and let it go on, and you can go off.
Okay.
There you go. LED, of course. All right. So it should be repaired. And I'm still gonna work on getting another estimate, but this is the estimate that I have in hand right now to repair those two items.
Myself, I'd like to hold on till we get a couple estimates. It looks awful high to me.
Oh, this is the upper area? Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's the rear of the fire station and it's a pressure treated
And then we're
railing
only
system.
talking railing, aren't we, not the whole deck
No, it's the pressure treated railing system
that goes up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just sounds like-
Cost of lumber right now,
Well,
that's
it's all PT, so it's
twice.
not gonna be cheap.
All right, so we wanna hold off on discussing that.
Okay.
Is that the consensus?
I think so.
So do I need to drop my motion or just leave it?
We made a decision.
Okay, we'll move on to the next subject. Move line 430.09 and 430.091. Park Street Communications Tower and Park Street Tower Monitor. For $1.
I'll make a motion.
Is that a second? I'll second it.
It's within his wallet size.
Yeah, that's good. Wait, he's like that low hanging fruit right there.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Okay.
Sure, someone did. He made the motion. Paul, too.
Yep.
I mean, all they're doing is just keeping
Placeholder.
it, keeping it open.
It's a
Yes.
placeholder.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Under,
We've still not received the not to exceed figures from, on our workers' comp and property and liability.
okay, we'll skip right over that then.
Can I just ask one, it says here an increase 9%.
Approximately.
So it's
That's not to exceed.
not to exceed 9% increase. So that is the most it could be. Hopefully it'll be less.
So we know that's gonna happen, it's gonna be an increase.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's what we thought of the other one.
Right.
You know, it turned out to be a decrease, so.
I can't vote.
Have we had any claims?
These are Primex costs, not,
No. So it's really the system wide.
Right.
yeah.
All right, moving down, salaries and wages. Are we ready to have that discussion?
Yeah, that's gonna take up a good chunk by itself.
We can start discussing it, guys.
I choose it last time.
Well,
What about the insurance here,
we,
the property and liability and
we're
stuff?
still waiting for that.
Wait.
Waiting
those
for the
numbers.
prices.
Okay.
Yep. All right, we'll move on to page 6.
What about doing call salaries and wages? At least do something. Knock a little bit off.
You say knock some off?
No, just
100,000.
just get some of it, you know,
Well,
taken care
I'm
of.
gonna take it away.
No doubt you would.
We want to discuss call salaries. Anyone?
I think that's gonna be an easy one when you do the overall budget number.
Well, do you want to knock that off then?
And
I'll make a motion that we bring line 120, call salaries and wages, 110,000.
And I'll second it, I'll second for discussion.
To the discussion. Seconded by Paul Ogier. That's just,
This year we spent 58,000,
So far.
and what's that bring us up to?
That brings you up to September.
we've never gone over, we've never gone over 90,000.
Well, this includes a pay increase for them as well.
Yeah.
how many people?
Now, when you say pay
13?
increase,
Well, 2 of them are students.
They still get
Yeah,
paid.
they still get paid.
how much of a pay increase?
I don't have the thing, but it's 50 cents an hour or $1 an hour, I can't remember which, on the base, which also increases everything else.
So if a call company just gets on, he only got, you know, I don't want to require a basic.
Call company.
$13.
No, I'm talking about what the qualifications,
EMR, emergency medical
Not-
responder.
nothing.
We can hire somebody with nothing,
And what do you start them off at? That's what I'm looking
$13 an hour.
for. 13, okay. And this would give them another $1?
No, right now they're at 12. That would,
That would bring the
this brings them to 13.
Okay. And you're right, we've never gone, I mean, a couple of years, 88,000.
When did we move to 12?
Last year?
last year, because it was $11.50 or $11 before that. I just think that's,
No,
we're trying to incentivize people to come and work for us. $11, $13 an hour kind of is not an incentive, good incentive. But if they come and they want to work, we pay for their training and stuff like that. Eventually they get, you know, better money per hour once they get trainings, but that takes time. And for people who have full-time jobs elsewhere, it's real hard to get a lot of these certifications. A lot of your personal time is put into it.
But when they go to do training, like, it was a Monday night training, they get paid for that if they show up?
Yep. Hourly
Minimum 2 hours?
call company? I don't know what their minimum is. I know the career guys are 2 hours an hour.
I feel as though you need call people, because like I said, there might come a day, sooner or later, where people are gonna say, what it costs for a full-time guy, if we got a number of call people, we don't have to have them full-time guy. That's the way, so it's an incentive to
But
me.
we're not going that way.
We're going, the whole country's going the other way, Paul.
Maybe it does, but it might be going that way, but you never know. Down the road, further down the road, it might not either.
Can address it down the
There's going
road.
to come a point in this society where people are going to say, enough is enough. And it's got to stop sometime. I mean, you can't just keep giving. And I know they say, you go here, you can go there, and go there. But we've had several people go different places, and they've come back.
But this is only, we're only talking about call people.
And I understand that, but with call people, it eliminates hiring more people.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't.
No, Paul, it doesn't.
Well,
Because the normal, everyday person who has a full-time job outside the fire service does not have the desire to be on a call company. They don't have the time. They're more concerned with being with their families. Because right now, family is more important to them than picking up this type of stuff.
And how many call people do we have?
13.
13 right now, but they come and go.
I mean, we've averaged around 10 to 13.
Right
Steady,
now,
steady.
when I was hired here 7.5, almost 8 years ago, we had 25, 26 call
We did.
folks.
And there's some of the reasons because, like Wyman Gord, they've stopped letting people go. But all I'm saying is, there are a lot of towns that don't have call people anymore. We're fairly fortunate we do. So we're lucky to have that. And like I said, you never know what's going to happen down the road.
Well, we need to keep those people. We gotta-
Well, yeah, you need to keep them, so you should give them something. I mean, $1 is not a lot to give them.
Are you suggesting it should be higher?
No, at 13, I mean, that's, when I get on, when I actually got on, they gave you $1 an hour, and if you didn't make so many calls, you had to give your money back. That's what it was.
That's illegal.
Well, back then it was. That's the way it was.
Getting paid in cash is illegal.
Well, yeah, you got paid in cash.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of things that happened
Yeah,
back in the old days.
back in the old days,
But they're not the old days anymore.
no, they're not. But you still need to call people.
We're fortunate that you put a recall out, you get call people to show up. Not every town does that.
Oh, okay.
Is $13 an hour going to all of a sudden open the floodgates?
Nope.
I don't think so.
No, but, there again,
They're not banging down the door at $12 an hour. I'm
No.
pretty sure they're not going to do it at 13. It's an interesting. The Sanderson's mostly call because when they're off duty,
They
their
have
coverage 7 to 7, right?
something like that, yeah. They have 3 career people, the chief and 2 full-time firefighters.
Franklin doesn't have a call.
They have no call
Yeah,
company.
they're all done with the call company.
Belmont obviously has.
Very few.
Very
There's, yeah, very few.
And
We just stole one.
who's next town? Laconia, they don't.
No, Coney doesn't.
Where am I going in my towns here? Gilman, and they do.
Killington has some.
But they don't have 24/7 coverage either.
Yeah, they're the same as, they kind of like do the same as Sanderson, only a little bit more so.
Thought they did per diem at night as well.
Yeah.
So they're a combination department as well.
What would that number change to if you went up another $1? Just, so let me put it this way, if you went up to 14, could you still keep that number at 110?
Probably. If we didn't have a big rush on call.
If all of a sudden you don't have.
Like, if we hired a whole bunch of people and they started coming in, it would probably be difficult to maintain that number. But otherwise, I think we could probably do it.
But remember, the 13 is the baseline.
That is the baseline, and then
That's
the
someone
next
coming in
step.
off the street with nothing, without firefighter 1, without fire grounds 2, whatever they call it.
But we gotta
without-
get someone in the door that has nothing to get them to move up.
But if they, once they start getting trained and everything,
Yeah.
Then they start making more.
absolutely.
It's like for almost for every certification you get, you go up another dollar an hour.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you're a firefighter, level 1, or an EMT, it's $16 an hour.
So
If
as soon
you're
as you get
both-
certified, you jump up $3.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then if you are both, it's 17. And it just keeps going.
So when you increase everybody up.
You have to increase everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can't increase
Oh, no, I
the
understand.
probationary
No,
to
no, it wouldn't be
14 without
fair.
increasing.
It wouldn't be fair to do that.
Okay. I was
As
just,
long as it's not a
I was
percentage.
just thinking of ways to maybe incentivize.
I was listening intently.
I know, but you're not saying anything, so as we can hear, so you don't say anything. So, all right. Any other discussion on the amount of 110,000? Paul? Hearing no other discussion, all those in favor of line 120 under salaries and wages, call salaries and wages for 110,000, signify by saying aye. Aye.
There's no
Motion
reason for me
passed.
to chime in. You guys were on track with the way you're going. Now, if you kept going the other way, that would have been speaking up.
Okay, that is an 8% raise.
What? What happened?
If you look at it,
If you look at it, percentage-wise, it's 8%. Just so you know.
I didn't look at it that way, but
No.
if you do the numbers, that's what.
But
it
if you
is.
do the numbers, that's what it comes out to, roughly.
Moving on, page 6, information technology, section 342.
So we're meeting with them tomorrow morning.
Okay, so we'll skip that one for now.
Page 9.
Page 9, what about on the screen? It's, oh, wait,
You did that.
That's just a lot of blanks in there. All right, page 9. I guess we'll start with section 685, uniforms. Do we want to? We'll do the total, so line 685 is uniforms. We'll do 685.01 career uniforms. 18 at $600 each for $10,800. Line 685.02, call company uniforms, 14 at $200 each for a total of $2,800. Line 685.03, support company uniforms, for a line item of $450, for a grand total of total uniforms for $14,050.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, and I will second it for discussion. Let's discuss.
How come we only spent $6,000?
It's not the end of the year. There's a big push at the end of the year to buy uniforms. They usually do it like in the springtime and in the fall time when you're changing uniforms. That's generally where the big spending is in those two line
Yes.
items.
And does this include the 4 people?
It does.
Oh, never mind, I just did some math in my head, sorry. Trying to figure out where you got 18. Forgot about you and deputy, sorry.
Not me.
So, Tnfd, so there's no, nothing in there for new employees in case we have a new employee.
Nope.
Good.
Hoping we don't have to hire another new employee.
Please no.
Well, I would hope that. Call company uniforms. What do they get for their uniform? They get pants and they get a shirt?
So we want them to have, you know, when they go on a call to look like they belong on the fire department.
Right.
So they get
Pants.
t-shirts, pants, they get a jacket, they get a sweatshirt. And once they have those, whatever they need to maintain that stuff.
So, something,
Hats, you know, winter coat, whatever.
the jacket gets torn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Places.
Now, do they spend this every year, each one of them?
Yes. Usually, right? Some people don't.
And what happens to the money that they don't, it goes back to
It
us?
goes back.
Yes, it goes back.
into the general fund. I don't think I've ever spent my entire uniform allowance ever.
Three-quarters of the way through the year, we're halfway through, or less than halfway through.
Right, but I happen to know that there's a
There's winter jackets coming.
winter jackets coming,
And no place to order.
and they have to replace stock. Items that we keep on stock, we buy bulk so that it's cheaper.
Like hats and,
Hats
Hats and
t-shirts,
t-shirts.
T-shirts, those types of things.
yeah, because you don't want to pay setup fees every time you order a shirt.
Right.
Right.
So you had $600 as a factor this year. What was your factor for 2021?
500,
Okay. So my year was 500.
Was it?
yeah, it was. And for the call company, it was 120. And at the cost of everything, the inflation, it just doesn't cut it.
But we don't know exactly what we need with it.
So when we appropriated the 2021,
So no, 2021 was still 600 per person. So if you take $8,600 divided by 14, which is what the career staff was, it still comes out to like $600.
okay, thank you.
So it was $600?
It was 600, yes.
Okay.
Because it still shows up as,
Well, that's in your narrative maybe, or.
Okay. Yeah, because something wasn't looking right there.
Numbers 14.
I'm gonna change this.
Yeah, it's 614 and change. We have another one of these places where we never, well, I don't know what the numbers were in previous years. But I usually spend that number clean.
Not usually, because some people don't spend to their limit. Some people make sure they spend to their limit.
And a lot of times too, it depends they'll buy their duty boots, station boots, whatever you wanna call them, out of this allowance. Because they wear those on calls when they're not, they're not structural firefighting.
Right. That's around the medical room, more or less.
Right.
Paul?
I got nothing.
John? Alright. All those in favor of total uniforms for $14,050, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous other. Just a placeholder.
Yes.
It's a place where when there's no place else to put it in QuickBooks, it has to go in the miscellaneous, and that's where we put it.
So we gotta make a motion.
Yeah.
Sorry, motion, bring, approve 690 miscellaneous other for $1. Second, now we can discuss, sorry.
And it's just for COVID related.
No, it's two
No.
separate things.
No, it's, last year, that's what we spent most of it on, but it could be anything
That doesn't fit anywhere else.
that doesn't fit anywhere else.
It was the 2277, did we get grants back for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So actually,
This year. So,
so it was revenue in 2021, but it was an expense in 2020.
right.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None. Moving on, line 775, dry hydrants and cistern. Make a motion to approve dry hydrant cisterns for $2,500. For discussion,
Second.
motion and a second by Mr. Ogier. I thought we were gonna put more in the dry hydrant.
So would be, this is just for repairing what we have.
Gotcha.
The other warrant article, which we discussed, would be for the creation of new dry hydrants and cistern locations.
Okay.
And if the warrant article passes, it would fall into this.
We didn't spend any last year, huh?
We haven't spent any of it this year.
We haven't spent any yet this year.
Yet.
So that money's, all of it's still there.
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't spend any, so.
Does that include the inspections? Or the inspections
The
already done?
inspections are already done, and they were done by a call company member for his call company pay.
Yeah. He's a diver, so I feel like we're kind of cheating him a little bit. That's what he wants. That's how he wants to do it.
That's what he wants, that's what he gets.
Exactly.
I think that's nice of it.
Very nice of you.
I'd like to, we've got 5,000 still in there, 5,275. I see, why should we put another 2,500 into it?
Well,
Because
this
that's
is-
going back,
It's going-
what we don't
What we
spend.
don't
Yeah,
spend
that's
goes
right.
back. We have to
That's right.
reappropriate every year.
Right.
Right, it's not encumbered.
That's
No.
right, that's
Right.
right.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, moving on to land. Line 4901. Placeholder for $1. Line 4902, capital out machinery, vehicles and equipment for $1. Line 4903, capital outbuilding for $1. Line 4904, design, others no, well, design engineering architectural fees for $0.
Right.
And, because we made that account,
Yep.
No,
And
mine-
mine-
It's non-laptop.
4909 other for $1. So total capital outlay, line 4900 for $4. Any discussion on any of that?
We'll make a motion in a second.
Thought you did.
Sure, okay. Works for me.
All right. Any other discussion on it?
Nope.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none, motion passes. So, contingency fund, we can't do until we finalize that, right? Until we
No.
finalize the budget?
No, this is based on last year's number
Oh,
for the RSA.
there was that 16%?
1% of the voted operating budget of previous year.
All right,
I'll make a motion except for 199 is 29,404.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None, motion passes. Line 6835 prevention, $4,488. I'll make a motion to bring that to the floor for discussion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second.
The money, it's the budget deputy chief has put forth for all his crayons and stuff.
So the stuff he brings to the kids, right?
Yeah. Crayons, smoke detectors, batteries.
Okay. You good? Paul, you good?
Yeah.
Make a motion, where it means?
Before we do, this does not involve the trailer, right?
No,
No.
Okay. I just know that he does that stuff too, so, okay. Now I'm good.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Just chugging that along. We have not, let's see.
you have done nothing.
This is the apparatus and equipment account. It's the next part.
The one I see here, you're good with? See, it's filled in, I just noticed that this one has a big gap in it, so.
We haven't done anything in there, so.
We haven't, but I'm just saying what the chief
Yeah,
brought
so
forward in
what I-
his budget.
Yeah, what I have filled in here,
Like,
the only
page
part-
13 is
the
the
only-
one I'm really looking at.
the only part that I haven't done yet is the rescue equipment stuff yet. I just got that email just now
Okay,
from Captain Powell.
but 741, you're good with the numbers as you have?
Yes.
Okay. It just looked like there was a lot of blanks, so that's what I was asking.
Yep.
So, we're moving on to line 4220, fire.
It's ready.
Okay. I will bring line 331, Comstar, for $30,000. And line 332, paramedic intercept, for $1,500 to the floor for discussion.
Second.
Motion is second by Mr. Silly. Let's discuss. This is just a percentage of the projected revenues, but that number dropped, didn't it, a percentage?
Yeah, so we used to pay 7.5%, now we're paying 6% after we negotiated the contract. And that's 6% of whatever is collected in ambulance revenue.
So the stuff that's written off, we don't pay
If it's
Comstar.
written off, it's whatever money is collected, they get 6% of it. Whether they pay us directly, whether they pay Comstar, whether the insurance company deposited directly somehow, they get 6% of everything that's collected because they did the billing for it.
in the paramedic intercept?
So currently, the only way that happens is if we meet up with Concord on the way to Concord.
Okay.
Um,
Then we have to
Currently,
pay out for that.
currently within the Lakes region, we can't bill each other for paramedic intercepts. Although, there is a committee being put together to look at that again and change the bylaws of Lakes region. But that's just a committee right now. So
When would that take effect, 2023, if it passed?
it would take effect in the new fiscal year of Lakes region after the committee reviewed it and the board of directors of Lakes region voted on any change. It may not change, it may just stay the way it is, but I know there's one municipality that's looking to do it because they're trying to do some things differently and see maybe some money in it.
What do they get for paramedic intercept?
So Concord, they get like $550 per intercept.
Because I know Franklin used to, I think there was $350
Everybody here used to charge for intercepts, but then they changed it.
until they run out of paramedics. Then they didn't want to do it anymore.
So currently, we have, well, once Nick starts back up, we'll have 6 paramedics. So we'll be doing okay, paramedic-wise.
It's different than, there was something I saw the other day that just came across the thing. Request a paramedic to the scene. I think it was a car accident or something.
Yep, on 93.
Yeah, so is that's not an intercept, is it?
No.
We
That's
call
just-
for our own paramedic.
We're going to Concord for whatever reason, it's the paramedics, not on the
Yeah.
ambulance, and they need cardiac drugs, then
Oh, yeah,
Concord would send
no,
up
that-
someone who would jump in.
For whatever reason, we didn't have a paramedic on board.
Right.
I know this was like a call, like they were on a call.
Right.
All right. Any other discussion on that? Hearing none. All those in favor of section 331 ambulance billing services for $31,500 signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to section. Should we take these one at a time?
I would rather,
Yeah, it's a big amount, so we're in section 740, fire equipment. I will go to line 740.103, base station repeaters, in the amount of $25,104. I'll make a motion to bring that to the floor for discussion. Motion and a second. Let's discuss.
Okay, so this would pay for a microwave link and a receiver on the Pleasant Street water tower in Franklin for our radio channel. Because we have weak areas in Northfield that are not covered from the site here. And that site would cover those. And so when we use our portable radios, it would make it work. It would turn it into a voted repeater system, similar to what the police are doing.
so this is just for our one
Channel
channel?
1, yes, our repeat channel.
What would be the yearly cost?
For this, there is no additional yearly cost, other than, it'd be in Franklin, currently, we wouldn't even have to pay for electricity.
Now, would it do anything for Franklin?
No, because it's our frequency, not theirs.
Is
They
it-
can use our frequency when they come to us, but not on their own yet. We haven't given anybody permission to use the frequency outside of working with us.
But they could, let me ask this. If they came to you and say, hey, can we get on that? Use your frequency for our calls, can they do that?
They can ask, but we're not gonna do it. They have their own.
But if they're responding to that, we'll call.
So if they're working with us in Tilton and Northfield, yes, they can use it. If they're in Franklin, then they can't use it. Franklin has their own internal frequency.
I mean, it just strikes me, we're gonna spend $24,000 here. So some places in Northfield, and I don't know how many places, it could be 5 places, could be
Oh, it's a
a
lot.
handful of places.
So it's,
Just so they cannot talk on a portable, but they can talk on a mobile.
yes,
All right.
yeah. The mobiles generally reach almost everywhere.
I mean, we're spending all this money for these towers in places, and now we're gonna ask for this, and people are gonna look at it, and they're just gonna, God, you guys are just going way off the deep end. That's what it's gonna look like, because you got a repeater up on
Shed Road.
Shed Road. You're gonna put in one down here at the station.
A computer?
Well,
No.
it's to help the radio communication.
A control tower, yeah.
Yeah, so
But
they probably
we
don't
already
understand.
have that equipment.
And I understand that, but they probably don't understand that. They look at it like, God, now you need something else? I'm just telling what people think.
Yeah. I'm not inclined to that. That's a sig-
I just,
we pay Lakes Region for stuff. Lakes Region right now, this talk that we may be incurring more costs from Lakes Region if it falls apart on that property. It's time for the Lakes Region to start putting some back to the towns. Communications, how much is this gonna change from what we have right now?
So, like Stevens Road, Fiddler's Choice, all those areas over there, we can't use our portable radios over there, even on, anything that side, where Shed Road is, and Bean Hill shadows it, it blocks out the portable radios.
So how long has that been the case?
Since we've found it out when we put the repeater up and we did all our testing, it covers, all of Tilton and most of Northfield. It's this area over here that's not getting
So we
coverage.
put something up on the hill and it's not meeting what the intent was.
Theoretically, it should have covered it on paper, but you don't know until you actually do it.
You talk like over by Oak Hill Road?
Yep.
Stevens Road,
Yep,
Union Road,
yep.
So
Fiddler's,
That-
others, Fiddler's.
If you're in the sand pit on Sand Doggedy Pond Road, you know where that is?
Yeah.
If you're at the top, like in the sand pit, it doesn't work. But if you walk up to the top of the sand pit, it does work. It's because of the height, elevation, and the way the mountain is shadowing that area. So if we put a receiver over, here's the repeater. There's Bean Hill is right here. It's basically on it. This area over here is shadowed by portable radio. It's the signals going back to the portable radio, from the portable radio to the tower. We put a receiver over here in Franklin, then the portable radios can hit this, and the microwave link connects to this, and when this transmits, it's at such a height and power that everybody can hear it. Right, you can hear the repeater in Guilford and Laconia or Franklin. I've heard our repeater down in Manchester. But if I go on my portable radio, you're not going to hear me. This is for our operations, mostly in Northfield. That is a shadow from Bean Hill that wasn't really predicted when we did the theoretical study.
So this affects Tilton Northfield's channel?
Yes.
Does it affect Lakes Region 1 through 6?
No. 1 through 6 is different.
Okay.
Those are direct channels where they have. So if you're on channel 6, and you're talking to somebody else on Channel 6, it only goes not very far. This has nothing to do really with Lakes Region, this is just our operations.
Yeah. I think that's pretty costly for our local when we could use Lakes Region Channel 6 if we had to talk person to person or go to a mobile. That's just my 2 cents to it.
Lakes Channel 6,
I'm just saying that instead of going to Tilton Northfield 1, they could go out to a truck and go to a mobile unit instead of a handheld. Or they could go to Lakes Region Channel 5 and contact me on Channel 5 and have that communication. To have an internal like this, I think that that's way too much. That's my personal opinion on it.
I disagree, but everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking to, make things as good as they can be.
Is there a safety issue for the crew? Meaning, without this, are they at risk, or as John just said, if they go to a truck, they can still communicate?
If they go to a truck, they usually can still communicate.
Oh, you can communicate from Lakes Region? So there's no,
That we're already paying
Well,
for.
I'm worried, okay, we've discovered something that, we did something to improve it, and then, like with anything, you don't know until you actually apply it. And I just wanna make sure it's not a safety issue. That,
Unless, there's ways around it right now. This would make it seamless, so you don't have to do 2 or 3 different steps to get around it. If a grant were to become available for this, would you object for me doing a grant for this?
Right now, yes, because I'm very concerned with what we're going to be incurred for a cost from the Lakes Region if they have to move off that property.
Well, so, I'm involved with that, as you may know. The governor has said that we will have no additional costs. That's what he said.
And being
And-
such,
we have that in writing.
I don't. No.
and currently the governor is building a mental health hospital. He's closing down a youth development center, building that someplace else. And the developer who wants that property wants the whole property. So, no offense, no.
I'm just saying what
Yeah.
the governor has told me, the Commissioner of Public Safety, Robert Quinn, has personally told me that. The Commissioner, the Director of 911 have all told me that. Take it for what that's worth.
Into every other town as part of Lakes Region Mutual, they feel is comfortable with that.
Nobody's uncomfortable until we see something in writing, I'm sure. I mean, it's a big if right now. Just because the governor says it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be true.
It still has to pass
Though,
the legislature or.
no, that part is already passed. The part where he can sell it.
Well, yes, but
Um,
to modify it, I
The,
don't know
the
that.
thing that's going to make it true is that if the governor has any other political aspirations, he probably doesn't want to piss off 35 communities.
And if they're resolved by the time the election comes up.
after elections, we'll sell it.
Election next year.
So, we got the elections in next November for,
It's every 2 years, right?
Yes, 2022.
Yeah, so it's midterm elections and government elections.
yeah, so,
I don't know.
whether he's running for governor again or running for some other office, he probably doesn't want to make too many people angry. And if he,
Well, if he doesn't run for governor, then he's not gonna care.
well, he might be running for something else. And if he's running for something else,
But it's not in writing, so no one can go back and say, well, you said it's
Wow.
not gonna be sold separately. Or whatever the
If he's sending his people out saying that,
I see what John's saying, I mean, I'm concerned too, like, what's that gonna cost us, if anything, 'cause we don't know. No one has said, the state hasn't come and said, we're gonna sell the, state school land, and we're gonna keep that $7 million building as it is.
well, the building's gone. They've already said, we're moving.
Mhm.
That's already happened.
Well,
The,
Who's gonna pay for it? Are we gonna pay for it one way or the other? Because that's an unmandated thing that the state does, they love doing that, and they're not gonna, yeah,
Unfunded mandates,
thank you.
that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, so,
I've done enough of
I'm,
those.
I'm uncomfortable with the whole situation, but I've been told not to worry by numerous people,
But until you get it in writing,
and I have nothing in writing.
Because based on where they go
Yeah.
to, oh, I'm sorry.
And the reason we have nothing in writing is because they don't have a new location yet.
Correct, and so with the whole new location could affect all the whole tower concept of what we do. Right now, the sheriff's department piggybacks off of Lakes Region.
Yep.
So until they have a new location, towers, all that stuff, again, just one more reason that I'm a no on this one.
But this has nothing to do with that, though.
But like I said, we have Lakes Region 1 through 6, and we have mobile units. So that is $25,000 alone that could be looked at elsewhere in this, that we haven't even gotten back to back there.
That doesn't count.
These are
They're
two
separate.
separate.
Yes, it is,
Budgets.
yep, thank you. Yes, it is two separate, but still, I'm not. Okay.
So that's why I was saying that I understand it's a big pill to swallow. But if I can get someone else to pay for it.
well, let's see
I
if we
don't
can
know,
get
I
someone
don't, I
else
don't
to
know
pay
if I
for it.
can, but I might, I'll look at what's available to see if someone else can pay for it.
So, any other discussion on line 740.103? All those in favor of the amount of $25,104, say aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Nay. I'd like to see what you can get. Moving down, line 740.105, IamResponding.com, 5-year term which started in 2020 for $660, so $660. Oh, sorry, make a motion,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. So.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you.
See,
She
you taught him.
All right, so it is a contract that we are in.
Yes.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. I didn't say before, the motion failed previously on line 740.103, for the record, it failed. I don't think I specifically said that, because I've been saying
So-
past.
So you're not funding that line?
No. Where are we going next? Line 740.110, gas meters. Replace 2 first-in meters,
I'll make a motion.
$500. Motion made, I'll second it. Any discussion?
I thought we just replaced a couple of them.
Yeah, we do. They last about 2 years, and we have them on all our first-in bags on all our vehicles, so these would be on, I think these are the 2 ones that are on the ambulances.
So they're only good for about 2 years.
Yeah, they're just strictly CO meters that are on 24/7.
And how many do we have roughly?
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them.
That's it?
The 2 engines, 2 ambulances.
Well done, I've locked the front door.
Thank you.
Thank
Night.
you.
Night.
The deputy has one, maybe more. The ladder has one, 6. I used to have one, but I gave it to the deputy because he uses it more than I would. So, 6 or 7 of them is what we
Okay.
have.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say Aye? Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Line 740.160. Chain and vent saws and fans, $5,025.
That,
Wait.
oh yeah, that's one.
I make a motion. Line 740.160, chainsaw and vent saw and fans.
I'll second it for discussion. Discuss.
Okay, that's for a battery-operated vent fan to replace a broken electrical fan.
How much do the corded ones or short-driven ones run about?
I don't have a price on that. We've stopped using, most plug-in stuff, where everything we're buying now is battery-operated.
Now, this is just a fan? It's a chain?
Yeah, it's like a smoke ejector.
It's on the line, the line can be used for either or.
Just get smoke out of the house.
That's what one costs right there?
Battery operated.
Yep. And it would be Makita batteries, because everything else we have is, not Makita,
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee.
the reds, they're red, Milwaukee. And I assume these are intrinsically safe?
Yes.
How long do they last?
I don't know.
No, bad, I mean, oh, so this is a new item that
A
you...
new item.
And it comes in one battery?
2 batteries, actually.
You know, the only, technology is great, but the trouble is, like battery operated stuff, they keep changing it all the time, and the batteries don't last very long.
So, the Milwaukee batteries have been pretty standard for quite some time now. Everything we have runs on Milwaukee batteries, and they're interchangeable between tools and things like that. We have great big bank chargers in the trucks now to charge these batteries. Even the extrication tools run on these Milwaukee batteries.
Good.
The combi tools.
Right.
The hydraulic ones are still hydraulically powered. Well, they're all hydraulically powered, actually. The Force is hydraulic. The ones that are on the Rescue are powered by the PTO generator on the truck.
So this would be the first battery operated one we have.
We have one currently,
And how long have we had it?
only about 2 months.
No. So we don't know what the outcome of our,
I know it blows more than the electric fan did.
yeah.
So how did we pay for it?
It came with the new, with the equipment of the new truck that was budgeted last, 2 budgets ago.
So it was 2 cycles ago?
No, it was budgeted in last year's budget with engine 2.
Yeah, when we bought
We
engine
encumbered
2,
the
we had,
funds.
So it's part of the
Yes.
apparatus overall dollar amount rather than part of the chainsaw?
Right.
Okay.
So this will be on engine, whatever is left,
well, it's,
one,
yes.
Now, we
One
don't-
is gone,
oh, sorry.
so
engine-
this is,
This will be on engine 3.
it'll be, well, the new one that is gonna go on engine 2 is currently on engine 3, but when we replace this, both engines will have a battery operated fan.
Now, we didn't get one with this new engine that we bought. You did that one in there?
No, we didn't. We tried to swap all the equipment from engine 3 to the new engine 1, but the electric fan on engine 3 crapped out. So we're using the battery operated fan that we got for engine 2 on engine 3 right now, and we don't have an engine 1 because we traded it in.
How many cord-driven exhaust fans do you have throughout? One on the ladder.
Yeah.
Rescue.
What about tanker?
Nope.
Okay, so it's just your two attack engines and the ladder.
Yep.
So you have 3 altogether.
That's correct.
And if you buy this one, that will keep you at 3,
That's right,
because one's broken.
right.
And so the one on the ladder, I always get that mixed up with the tower, is cord driven.
That's correct.
Okay. And you don't know how much cord driven ones are running?
I do not. I didn't price that out. This came to me through the guys that handle the equipment. So I make them get all the prices.
It would be nice to know what one cord-driven one versus this. And I tell you why, because a lot of times you buy this stuff and within 2 or 3 years, it's obsolete, number one. Not only that, who knows if it's gonna stand up more than a year or two. Or a cord-driven one, I mean, they'll last for 10 years. I'm just,
So the battery operated one we have currently is very sturdily built. I'd say it's actually better built than the corded ones that I've used. The frame is sturdier, the shroud is better, and you don't have to worry about dragging a cord from either the house or the PTO or the truck that may or may not reach. You just set it up and go, and you can use it in either direction. You can use it for PPV or as an evacuator.
The cord one, you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the same feature on that. The only difference is, in reality, it's just that tie-in of that 200-foot extension cord coming from the truck.
Right.
I'm only finding battery operated ones.
Oh.
I went on to Industrial Protection Services, and all they're selling is battery operated ones.
Yeah, either the DeWalt or the Milwaukee's. That's all.
Another concern with it, because we're experimenting now with a cordless one, which is great. There's 2 things I would like to see before. First off, if they did look into what a corded one was, just as a comparison, I'd like to see that, because I'd almost be cautious to say 2 cents of go with a corded one while we see how well the performance of a cordless one. I mean, is everyone around us cordless or corded? I mean, because I've seen some of these little plywood cordless ones, and it's just how much CFUs they're moving and things like that. Is it worthwhile before we switch the fleet over to that to find out a year from now it just wasn't what we expected? And I'm hesitant jumping everything into that basket without some feedback of, because the manufacturer, he's going to show you that it's the greatest thing in the world.
Granted, they always do, no matter what it is.
So I have some caution with that. I mean, is it possible we can just hold off on that one for now until we can get more information, just to feel more comfortable?
I'll
2
see what
cents.
I can bring to our next meeting for everything, okay?
That's just my thoughts on it. I just want to make sure it's been looked through and be able to sell to the public if they have the same type of questions that we're coming up with. So the difference of
So,
corded
so we'll look for
corded price, just as a comparison.
Right. Okay.
And possibly feedback from local departments that may have done this as well. Just so, I mean, this might be the best thing out there. If we have, Laconia's been running them for 4 years, 5 years. Guilford's been running them for 2 or 3 years. That just gives us more feedback rather than it's great for us. I don't want to be the guinea pig,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Get more information.
Thank you.
So we will not vote on line 740.160. We need to take away.
It's yellow.
It's yellow. All right.
Just so we have more information.
Moving on to line 740.170, hose, $6,595. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second.
I just wanna make sure I didn't dump on you.
How many feet of hose is this?
That is, hold on, I'll tell you.
Probably about 3,600, rough guess.
So, it is, one,
20.
Cause it's hand lines and all that too, 200-foot lace. There's 4 up front, 2 on the back, 2 in, 2 and
Is
a
this
half.
for the new engine, or is this just to replace stuff that's been damaged?
it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
We did hose testing last month, and we had a lot of failures. Now, this is all for, let's see, it's for 200 feet, 400 feet of 2.5 inch, and 1, 2, 3, 200, 400, 600, 800 feet of 1 3/4.
No supply.
So, no, I'm gonna, so the SAFER grant is coming out. All our supply hose, LDH, is from the 1980s. And when we tested it, we lost 12 lengths this year. We
Okay.
have no spare.
Okay.
It's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Before I start buying it, I wanna see if I can get a grant for it.
I appreciate that.
I see we didn't spend a lot last year on it anyhow. $1,700.
The order is still out there.
What's that?
We haven't received the order yet.
Do you know how much, what the order was, how much we
I
spent?
don't.
Okay.
So some of it was,
Do we have, are we able to encumber that if it doesn't? Because the way the world is, everything's taking forever to get here.
We will.
Okay. So we have an order, we have a.
if we have
price.
an order, it's encumbered, automatically encumbered.
Okay. All right.
So this is to replace what we need to replace now, but we'll replace it next year.
Any other discussion?
It's 1,200 feet of hose.
It's 1 3/4 is $237 for 50 feet. 2.5 inch is $305 for 50 feet.
$6, okay,
Yeah, it's-
$5 a foot almost.
Went out,
Yeah.
we did several manufacturers trying to get,
Okay. Any other discussion on that? John? Paul? All right, all those in favor of line 740.170 hose, $6,595, say aye. Aye. Opposed? None. Motion passes. Line 740.175 nozzle appliances fittings, $125.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. All right. Any discussion?
What's that, what, one nozzle?
Pretty
Like
much.
Siamese or females or. Number not right?
no, I was looking at something else.
Oh, okay.
Because,
That's a
I
pretty
didn't-
cheap
I
nozzle these days.
Mhm.
Is it just one
I'm
nozzle?
trying to find out exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
Because the guys give me all the list. of
Yeah,
everything.
because, yeah, I can't believe that even covers one nozzle. That's what I'm thinking, is it's female to female or male to male adapters. Or like a 2.5 down to 3/4, or like a 2.5 to 4. I can't imagine that being a nozzle. Or if it is literally just E1. They're expensive.
They are
I
expensive.
know that.
What, $600-700?
That's what I'm thinking, it's an adapter or,
A fitting, some type of fitting.
yeah.
Washer.
No, those are about $5 a piece, I think. We burned through those.
This is a box.
It's gaskets,
Okay.
different size gaskets
Yep.
for all different
Yeah.
hoses.
That is logical.
All right. Any discussion? Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Yeah.
Opposed? None. Motion passes. We're gonna finish this section. Line 740.190, protective clothing, $24,523. Roll call.
For discussion.
I was thinking.
Just had to do it once. All right. Let's discuss. This is for,
How many sets?
So it's 6 sets of gear to replace outdated gear.
10-year life on
Yep.
yours?
Yep.
Okay.
6 helmets, 16 pairs of gloves, 6 pairs of boots, 16 hoods, and 10 shields.
the face shields.
Yes.
There's no gear at all?
Yes,
Yes.
Coats and,
Yes.
6 sets.
oh,
6
okay,
sets.
6 sets. I
Six
got it.
sets.
I didn't hear that. I'm
So it's
sorry.
about $3,000 a turnout set, roughly?
$2,629.26.
Okay.
That's for pants and coat, with all the accoutrement,
What do you guys use?
glove.
So you probably get a, does
Virgin
Globe,
line.
yeah, do they give us a discount because of state, or? I didn't think they would. If you're Pittsfield, you get a discount, but anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's made in New Hampshire, so
Yeah,
like.
yeah, they're over in
I like
Pittsfield.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good, okay. That's cheaper than I thought for a year. A lot cheaper.
And some of this is for the new people?
It's for outdated gear,
Outdated.
Okay.
The
Have
10-year.
we got some outdated?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So every 10 years, well, you can only use it for 10 years.
I understand that.
So every year we have to replace outdated gear.
Okay.
So, and what we're getting is to replace 6 sets. And so it's 6 sets going to pasture.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make, yeah, I'm good. That's fine.
All set, John?
I am.
Tom?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
All those in favor of $24,523, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Line 740.191, SCBA, 4 masks and 324 AA batteries. I remember we have this discussion. But I can't talk about it yet because I haven't had a motion. I'll make a motion for discussion.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Now we can discuss. We have this discussion over here about all the batteries.
Yes.
And the batteries I just know.
So did we just get these new last year?
The SCBA's or.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
just
but the
getting-
batteries you cook through each.
No, but the masks.
So we did discuss masks last year, I remember, because we didn't go with a lot of excess masks. So what's the intent of the 4 new masks?
So we usually like to have a few masks spare when people damage their masks,
Yeah.
and which happens every year. Masks get
They get
damaged.
scratched up, whatever.
Well, scratched up is not the issue, it's when they damage them, crack a lens, the netting gets caught on something and gets ripped. And all the stuff can be replaced, but you need to, sent out and repaired, or repaired in this thing, but you need to give them something right away to use. So that's what this is for.
So, I got a bunch of questions.
Go right ahead.
How many masks altogether do we have? Roughly, I don't know.
How many packs do we have?
Well, 26 packs,
Okay.
and we bought, but all the masks are kept with the air packs. We pass them out to Everybody has their own mask,
Because they did test.
because it's a fit test.
Right, but.
So we have like a couple spare masks in the truck.
Mhm.
If somehow, like, you showed up at a scene and your mask is at the fire station, you can grab a mask. Hopefully it's the size that you're supposed to wear.
Right, that's part of it with because you fit tested to a mask size and style. I assume that we have all the same style masks.
Yes, we changed to all the same style.
Okay, so we have that uniformity, so it's just a matter of whether someone has a small, medium, or
A large.
Mongo.
Mongo, yeah.
Um,
So we keep some odd sizes in the spare room, but all the spares on the trucks are mediums, because it just,
It's your general safety, unless you know that you're the Mongo or the super small
whether
guy.
Mongo or super small guy,
Right.
just better keep it with you.
So we have, well, we said we have,
So not everybody
we
in the
have to have
call,
that minimum 18 plus call.
not everybody in the call company is
Is
assigned a
interior.
mask because they're not interior structural firefighters. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably have in the area of 30 masks.
Okay, roughly. So my next question is, do you guys use APRs?
Yes.
Okay, so you do have APRs.
Well, not the powered ones,
Right.
just the canisters.
Just canister, so an
Yes.
APR is an air purified respirator, so it's like a gas mask, so it's, you suck it in. Your fentanyl responses, if you went into that, they're wearing APRs.
Yes.
So, back to the earlier question we have of a $13 person coming off the street, that's going on the ambulance going in, how many APRs do you have on your ambulances if it's a known?
So there's 2 SCBAs on the ambulance.
Okay, yep. And is that the only thing that's on there?
Yes.
So,
So the canister part, the part that goes on your mask,
Mhm.
you carry separately.
Mhm.
We carry separate.
Okay.
Because they're for, like, you don't want to use somebody else's.
Right. No,
So everybody carries them separate.
so how many APRs do we have?
We got those with a grant.
Yep.
And I think we ordered 30 of those as well, with spare canisters. Because once the canister is open,
Right, you have a certain life,
Yeah.
and certain lifetime, or so it could be a month or exposure time. So we currently have 30 masks for 26 packs, and you're looking to add 4.
Now, what about the people that are just EMTs? Do they have the mask
No.
with the canister?
you know,
And that's my concern, is when we have EMTs going into a place that is a known drug
we just
issue.
have never fitted them.
So, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I see your point.
So everyone that's getting fit tested for IDLH only, you're not fit testing EMTs.
If they're just EMTs, then.
That's a potential for disaster. Because if it's a known potential, and you walk in, or you have a police officer that is unresponsive in a very suspicious house, and now your people going in, they're either gonna lay down next to him, or they're hopefully gonna be masked up so that they can go in and pull him out, because either he's in a CO area, or he's going for one heck of a ride inside.
Usually on something like that type of a call, we would have more than just an ambulance responding with an officer to run the.
But theoretically, now you have the opportunity where an engine could respond with additional bodies. Before,
Yeah, so, no, we have never fit tested just basic EMTs. That didn't wear. The fit testing requirement really is for IDLH environments. If you're gonna wear an SCBA.
correct.
Yeah. The other, what
Yeah.
we require everybody else is to wear an N95.
Which I know is an FDA or New Hampshire Fire Standards and Training protocol, but so this whole thing is about 4 masks, and you have 30 currently. I think Sam's on it, but it's open to other people. How much of the, oh, sorry. So the masts themselves are running what? Since you have two portions of this. And these are SCBA masts, they're
Yes,
not
they are.
APR.
They are SCBA masks. So the AV 3000 HT face piece is $350 a piece.
Do you have batteries in this price?
Let me find the batteries.
I don't think they're a part of this.
I just did some math in my head, I'm not, that's
The
math.
batteries aren't part of this.
Batteries aren't in this. It's pretty cheap for the batteries. They're free.
Yeah,
Buy
we-
4
we
SCBA
got three-
masks.
we got 300
You might
some
want to
of
take this
them.
number back
They're
too
not
and
free.
and add it. I know that. Even at
Buy
Sam's
4
Herb.
SCBA masks, get 324 batteries for.
Yeah, this number you might want to look at, or we need the adjustment of batteries on top of it.
Right.
I would recommend taking that one back to the table for right now.
All right, I'm gonna highlight that one yellow.
And you know what? The emergency pagers is in my book here, but
And
it's
it's
not
not
on
on
the
here.
spreadsheet.
Okay?
So that will be highlighted as yellow as well.
Yeah. Based on logic, I mean, my 2
What
cents.
about you have
vote-
4 headsets for your portable radios while we're looking at things?
No, that's one. We're all set with that.
And then you have camera batteries, thermal imaging.
Those are different type of battery entirely.
Yeah.
Well,
Totally.
but they're on here.
Well, that's because we bought them.
We bought them
before.
last year, so
Doesn't
it's
mean-
holding that
Doesn't
line.
mean we
All right.
need them this year.
I'm just going through.
I've asked about them multiple times this year. We bought them this year.
Okay, so, all right, so
Yes.
we're gonna take that line 740.191 and we will move that to next meeting.
I'm in favor of the mass the way it is, but just the logic is there, but the batteries, I mean, it won't cover it.
No, it won't.
And just with that thought process, somehow down the road, you might want to consider fit testing for people, even your EMTs as well on your golf course.
All right. So we all set moving that off the
Yeah.
table?
Mhm.
Okay, next is line 740.220, tools, $4,031.
We have a little breakdown.
What's that?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
We have
I'll
to,
make a motion for you. Hey, you got me.
I'll second it. Paul might jump up and second it. Just above his
220.
Yeah, just a little.
And then we bought a bunch of tools back in 2018. And the tools last forever.
No, they don't.
Well, pretty much, depending on what you buy. Unless you lose them.
No, they're usually painted up and all that. I mean, we've done good the last couple of years. Oh, I'm sorry, that's budgeted and actually went over. Okay.
Well, while you're looking.
I thought this would just be a couple minutes.
I broke it. See, they, when they hand it to me, I have to try and make sense of it, and it's not always easy.
Want to hold this one up to, just to close out?
So let me add these up here and see if that's the number we're looking at.
Well,
It's
4,030. We want some numbers to add up. Give us a little bit. We'll add them up.
there. for the Milwaukee HD 12.0 battery, 2 of them, for $438. The Milwaukee drill bit kit for 32 of them at $34.97 each. The Milwaukee M18 handheld blower at $159.99. The Milwaukee M18 circular saw for $300. Chimney gloves for $136. A chimney mirror for $59. Excuse me, 2 chimney mirrors for $59.
Each or total?
$59 total. Milwaukee Rover LED battery lights, $720. We already got that. We already talked about that. Did you add it all? That's on this page.
$1,882.93.
So we're missing almost $2,000.
I'd say we take that one back.
Yeah.
Let me look at that
Yeah,
again,
let's
because
examine that one.
Right, so that one's highlighted.
All right. So we will not, we will take back our, I'll take back my second. So,
I'll take that by motion.
pager and masks, because that's missing the
On
battery.
which?
we're on line page 12,
Tools.
Oh.
740.220.
Okay, so we're just not doing anything on that.
We're just trying to find out more information.
Yeah, I highlighted it.
All right, so we will, no, unless you want to go, it's 10 of 8 right now?
No.
All right. I thought that you were going to say no, but I just want to make sure.
Okay, so I just want to point out that the next meeting, the chief will not be here for.
But Deputy, you said would be with your notebook.
Yep,
I think by then, the only thing really left to discuss would be salaries
salaries and wages.
and wages, and a couple of things on the apparatus and equipment.
Do we meet on December 14th?
Let me look.
I don't have it down, we met on the 7th.
No, yeah.
Yes, you're having a budget workshop on the 7th and your regular meeting on the 14th.
Yep.
Unless you don't need the budget workshop.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to be out of town that week.
Well, we can always split them.
Yeah. I got our quarterly meeting again.
Okay.
I go down to
So do you want
Westport, Mass.
Do you want the commissioners on the 7th and leave the budget workshop off unless you need it?
Yeah, I guess. I can't participate remotely though, so. And the 21st is just due date. Well, if we have to be the 21st.
Well, Paul's gonna be gone on the 21st on
That's right.
vacation.
Yeah.
Let's get a little closer.
So
I think we'll be done by then.
we
I
should,
think so, too.
we should be done by then.
Yeah, all right. So we'll move our meeting to the 7th. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
You want that?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the 26th. And then November, it looks like we have the 9th or the 16th and the 30th. So you're talking 3 more budget meetings. I think we're,
We have the 2nd is our,
the second one would be the 9th.
are we doing the 2nd? No.
You didn't say anything about doing the
It was
2nd.
election day.
Yeah,
There's no
but
election.
it's,
There's no
it's,
elections. so-
there's no elections.
So when's our monthly meeting?
The
The
9th,
9th.
Okay,
do we need to move that to the 2nd?
I think so.
Because you have a budget workshop on the 16th and the 30th.
Budget workshop on the 16th. And that. So on the 2nd, I just do the monthly meeting?
If you move it to the 2nd from the 9th.
I just gotta put it in here to show up. Don't care what we do. Just gotta put it in the calendar to show up. All right. Okay, I'm good. Anything else to come before this board this evening, Paul?
No?
John? All right.
Just that one question. Are we doing anything on the 2nd? Because the chief is on vacation the week before that.
Yeah, I think we
It's my
said we
first
moved the
day
9th
back.
to the
The
2nd.
9th is the 2nd, okay, good, got it,
It's my first day back.
That's what I thought we said.
okay. I was just double checking,
What's your first name?
the 2nd.
You better shoot me another calendar.
Where you going?
I haven't
Going
sent
to
out,
Florida and South Carolina.
so we're doing a budget workshop on the 9th?
If needed.
All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
We're pretty close on it. I mean, there's gonna be some discussion on a couple of topics for sure.
All right.
yeah,
Anything
we've
else?
gotta get the wages and salaries done now.
All
There's
those-
not much time, I mean, there's nothing else left.
Right.
Anything else? And the budget committee meets this Friday
Yes, it does,
at 5 or 5:30?
5,
Okay.
Northfield Town Hall.
All those in favor, oh, I'll take a motion. John, you wanna make a motion?
Nope.
All right, you wanna make a motion?
Just
Have
ended.
we adjourned?
Hey, there we go. Is there a
Make a
second?
motion, we adjourn?
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Have a nice night. At, 7:55.
Now I can use that.
You don't wanna leave, John?
I told you, I don't make motions